Hey there everybody, this is Shaggy and welcome back to Megadimension Neptunia V2. In the last episode we went to channel space here and retrieved Big Neptune from our foe's grasp. In this episode, what am I going to do? We're going to find out where the CPUs are. And there's a bunch of these green exclamation mark points here. But they're entirely optional and I'm not going to go look at them. Do you have to root build to them? I had to look to see whether you need to root build them, but yeah, you do need to root build to them. But no, I don't really want to view them. Surely that will end well, I guess. So, the other Uzume, the evil Uzume, we've given her a name now, she's now Kurome. And, well, she wants to destroy the world and everything inside. Pretty much like every RPG antagonist, right? But yeah, here's our next dungeon, Ontario Corridor. I need to view that cutscene in order to access it so I can send my scouts there. I don't want them there actually because really do want them there. Now I will say those optional cutscenes will go away once you've beaten Ontario Corridor, so if you want to go have a look at them, now's the time you actually have to do it. And because I do want to have a look at them later, I'm actually going to drop a scythe because I feel like dropping a scythe, right? There's nothing wrong with just dropping a scythe for something I want to deal with later.
I'll give it my all. I'll end this gracefully. Let's do this with style. Did you see my awesomeness? Yay! I leveled up! Cha-la-la-la-la-la-cha-la-la.
I should mention off-screen before starting this, I did a little bit of shopping. I've given Nepgear, Uni, and Uzume new weapons. I think there's new weapons for everybody else in the party, but I've not given them anything because I'm not going to be using them. The only exception is Big Neptune. She doesn't have a new weapon, but I know for a fact we're actually going to find a weapon in here. So let's go into this maze level then, shall we? I wonder if I'm going to actually find the giant CPU here. And it looks like from the start of this, it looks like you do actually have a way to. I think this is one of the few things where there's like multiple floors, but this one's like you can get there just where you want to. I think you want to go through the middle one first, so that precedes you through the rest of the dungeon. And I think the other ones just lead you to items. I could be wrong though. Again, it's another of these maze things where everything just snakes around. And yeah, I'm going to have to scout through this entire dungeon because I know it's something I never actually did. I know I did the previous one, I scouted the previous one. Didn't scout this one because, well, I didn't really want to do all that much. I've not really been feeling all that particularly well. To be honest, I'm probably going to be doing post commentary on part 45 because I think about halfway through the thing. Halfway through me doing that, I end up having like a bit of a coughing fit. I know it's not because I have that certain thing that's been going around for the past year. At least I hope it's not, but that's not the point. The point is, I also really didn't like the commentary because I was just like being quiet for most of it whilst I'm trying to gather what thoughts I had, trying to deal with what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, the main gimmick of this particular base level is going between two different players. This is one of the few times where it's like multiple levels of these maze like dungeons. There is one that's a lot bigger than this one. I mentioned it before. And the main gimmick of that particular one is that there is absolutely no way of finding out where you are in the place. So it's very easy to get lost. There's also some of the hardest enemies in the game that live there. So yeah, if you do end up finding it, it's probably best to avoid it. Speaking of avoiding things, I do want to fight some enemies. So I'll start with you. You're probably weak to fire since all the enemies that we've seen that are like you are in fact weak to fire. I've just noticed you need a new weapon can actually do that. And I also need to set it up, I just realised. Let's see. Yeah, slash wave. Yeah, use slash wave for 5 more FP than
end this all.
you use something that's similar.
Let's nip things up.
I know these things are weak to fire, but I've not really had the excuse to use anything like fire related.
I'll end this gracefully.
Yeah, you're already dead, and you're gonna get through now. I need to set Uzume up as well. I'll probably go and do it before I fight the bosses, sorry. I mean, for the most part, I'm going to gain any encounters pretty much for the rest of this map. I'm probably going to be. So how do we get that? Right, I'm going to have to go backwards. These particular dungeons will take a while, especially when deciding on if I'm in the mood for item hunting. And even then, I've gone the wrong way to go after the item. Right, so these places are pretty difficult to navigate around. So yeah, the map is your friend. Unfortunately, like I said, one of the episode dungeons that's like this, no map or radar. So you kind of have to find a map on like the internet, basically.
What's this?
And that can be best described as terrible. Well, the maps are actually reliable to use, because you probably want to go to that particular dungeon anyway because it holds the monster with the best experience gain in the entire game. So if you want to be doing some serious level grinding, then yeah, you will have to go there at one point. Because I know, especially if you're also going for 100% all achievements, because I don't want the achievements to get somebody from level 99. I wonder whether these guys are going to die from this. Oh. They're not going to die from this. They're not going to even get any damage done to them. That is what I would like to describe as a small problem. Alright, you basically are only weak to special attacks, in which case you do have a problem because everybody here only does physical damage. We should leave. We should leave. Definitely we should leave.
Alright.
We should leave and not fight these things again.
Was that an attack? Just a scratch. Doing?
My turn. We don't have time to mess with you.
That's good to know. Those things are very likely not weak to physical.
Surprise attack! No way!
Probably might just be a good idea
That
to
was
bring.
the next target.
Might actually be a good idea to bring one and have it.
Get poisoned! That was easy to me!
And again, I could probably just spam down shot, hopefully poison. If that's the case.
Sorry!
How's that?
We could do that, but that would take a long time. That would take a particularly long time. That being said, where do I need to go? I'm gonna go check the other routes around. Just bear in mind, I may just cut a lot of this particular ring around the entire level kind of thing. Just so, because A, I'm going to get lost, and 2, I'm going to get lost. So we should see. Let me just check the map here. I can actually get around to the other thing around here. So let's go and do that. I was thinking I might just have to bring one around. Simply just to, if we end up encountering random heretical doggos. Since they are apparently not susceptible to physical attacks. Right, so go here. I see another treasure on the radar. I don't know if we can get to it, but we'll soon see. That's a dead end. That's a heretical doggo, I don't want to fight. That's another enemy I didn't really want to fight, but oh well.
I'll end this gracefully. I'll be serious.
My turn.
I shall
too early.
go forth. Just kidding. I'll end this gracefully. What should I do? I'm sorry. We won.
X experience and money at the very least. And yeah, this is an item. Over here leads to an item. I hope it's a good item. It is an item. It is a good item. It's a weapon for Big Neptune. Told you there was an item here for her. Let's give you that. Now you should be able to be doing just a smidge more damage when fighting everybody. I don't really want to be going after you. You are a very, very scary person. Let's leave you alone and say that we did fight. And I remember this particular area. I think this is where you need to go in order to get to the end of the dungeon. Or it could just be an item. It's one of the two. Try and get my I just need to get my bearings straight around here. Like I said, this is probably one of the more complicated versions of these dungeons that you will see, aside from later on the particular one that I've talked about like 3 or 4 times already. Oh, don't want to go anywhere near you. I remember actually, yeah, I just remember, but I see the save point though. I think this way is towards the end of the dungeon. So let's avoid you. for you as well. Don't really want to be fighting anything bigger than my head. Yeah, that's the end of the dungeon right there, because this is supposed to save point. So, what I'm going to do, since I'm pretty deep in this dungeon, and you're getting in my fights,
Chance to attack together. That one's the next target.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the video and I'm going to go through the other routes to find like the rest of the items in this dungeon.
Bullets? Good.
You're probably only going to see me go looking for the items, and yeah, basically what's going to happen is I'll find all the items and then I'm going to go back to, I'm going to end up meeting you at the save point that's right there.
Choose. Let's go.
I'll probably also take, probably going to take liberties off screen to also be able to go back and heal, do some more, gain some more fights. You might see fights from new enemies if I encounter them.
Don't worry, I'll snipe them. Get poisoned.
But other than that, yeah, you're not really going to see anything else. So basically, I'm going to end up meeting you back at the save point. This save point over there, and then we're going to see what that what the end of the dungeon is going to be. So I will see you in a few minutes.